Hi everybody, Derek here from Crua. Back from our trip to Texas last week, where it was snowing, believe it or not. Chris and I were in Texas. If you watched our last video, you'll know we were in Texas scouting for some new premises over there and doing some interviews. When we were leaving Dallas the following day, it was absolutely chaotic really. The roads, there was trucks jackknifing and cars fishtailing and all fun, but anyway, we made it back in one piece. Really productive trip to Austin after that, where we found hopefully our new premises and interviewed some great people. So looking forward to getting up and running in Texas. This week I'm going a little bit off piste. I'm having a bit of a rant, so please excuse me. While I was traveling, there's obviously a lot of quite big current affairs, big news stories out there at the moment, and I was trying to get to the base of the news I suppose to source maybe objective news so I can form my own opinion on them. I'm an old-fashioned notion in that I'm centrist. So I like to think that I can look at things objectively. I can look to one side and the other, form an opinion, an informed opinion, or at least a semi-formed opinion. But I found, as I dug, it's almost impossible to find an objective, non-biased news piece. And I'm talking about across the board. I'm not pointing the finger left, right. I'm not pointing the finger mainstream, social. I think right across the board. People are not giving me the news and letting me form an opinion. They're all self-opinion pieces, if you want to call it that. And I find that, really insulting, condescending almost to the consumer, to me as the consumer of the news. And, the more I dug, I found that it's the same right across the board. And I think that that's a really worrying, and as I said, a condescending kind of a situation to be in, where almost the middle person is forming your opinion for you and telling you the way you should think. And if you're consuming this news day after day after day, be it consciously or subconsciously, that's going to dictate your opinion. That's what I think, at least. And I think that it's a serious issue. There must be a market there for objective news. I know that a lot of people in the media will say that there isn't, that, Paul Simon used to sing about a man hears what he wants to hear and disregards the rest. But I would challenge that. I think absolutely allow people to form their own opinion based on the actual root facts, not a person's opinion of the facts, not a slant on the facts, but give me the facts, let me form my own opinion. Okay, they say bad news sell and you want drama and people want drama naturally, but I think when it comes to news and some of these big news stories in particular, give me the facts. Most people are objective. I know that the people in the far on this side and the far on this side are the ones that get the news, but I think most people actually fall into the center somewhere, maybe leaning slightly one way or the other, but pretty much in the center. I think that they would appreciate, like me, I'm hoping, treat me like an adult. Give me the news, give me the facts. Don't give me a politician's version of it. Don't give me a journalist's version of it. Don't give me a dramatic version of it. The news is too serious. That's fine if you want to watch detective stories or Netflix or whatever the hell it is. Of course, that's going to be dramatized. When it's real world, give us the real facts and let us make up our own minds, make up our own decisions. That's my opinion. Sorry that I'm going off on a little bit of a rant, but I think that this was alarming the more and more I read into it. Now, I did find, courtesy of the Canadian Encyclopedia.ca, a really informative graph where it gives you, I suppose, the hierarchy of the news. So you're starting with the Associated Press and Bloomberg and Reuters, etc., and then how the news actually fans down until it gets very far right and very far left. And it's really interesting, really insightful. We also saw a stat, which is Americans estimate that 44% of the news they see on TV, read in the newspapers, or hear on radio is inaccurate. So that's nearly half. 1 in 2 Americans. And they believe that 64% of the news they see on social media is inaccurate. So surely 64%, or about half people who think that they're being fed the wrong news, would appreciate being given the facts, the real news. And I'm only focusing on America because those facts popped out of Google. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same right across the world. But I think, in this era of push everybody very far left or very far right, I think most people would actually appreciate a center point of view where here are the pros, here are the cons. Nothing is perfect. Here are the facts. Make up your own mind. So, media, journalism, please take note. There is a market for center news, for objective news. Give us the facts and let us make up our own minds. Please, rant over.